Look, I know you want to drive fast in the Crew Motorfest, and I've got you covered because in this video I'm going to show you the secret tips and techniques to do mad overtakes like this. Have a look at this undercut. There's a few unique things about the Crew Motorfest, and once you understand them, you're going to be pulling off some mad overtakes. You're going to be winning the grand race. I'm going to show you here. Have a look in the Civic as well. Slowing it down for you. What am I doing? I'm going to let you know a couple of techniques. Now, the first principle of driving and racing fast in the Crew Motorfest is the weighty handling system and the weighty physics. This is not like Forza Horizon. This is a really sort of heavy handling game, and that means you need to use weight transfer to your advantage. It's something I use when I drive racing cars in real life, and that practically means that when you approach a corner like this, you need to be getting on the brake early to pitch the front of the car down, especially in a sort of road car, and then you get on the power on the exit and you just sort of ride the understeer. Still applies. The faster cars you're going to see here, we're going to pitch the car in. I'm on the brake. That's going to really pivot it nicely, and we're not going to hit the barrier on the outside, because the second principle I want to let you know about in the Crew Motorfest is that it really penalises hitting objects and going off-road. You can think of it a little bit like an old school skating game. Oh, look at that, how we just missed a barrier. An old school skating game where you rack up combos. And here our friend here has gone into the jungle, Tarzan style. Where's he going now? My word, must be an invisible barrier there. But you rack up combos by being on the tarmac and linking up corners. Trust me, once you have that philosophy and you're linking corners by staying on the road, staying on the black stuff when you're racing on tarmac, you will get a lot faster. See here again, we're going to brake into the corner on the outside, and we're going to have the car pitched in nicely. That's going to give us the rotation. You can see the Ferrari 488 on the outside is actually struggling because they're braking a lot later in the corner. And the third principle is one I actually just mentioned there. Did you get it? Is when you go into corners, you need to be coming in from the outside of the corner. You don't have any sort of bonus rotation that you get in the middle of the corner for free. So you need to be approaching the corners from the outside and actually hitting an apex. That's why I like the Crew Motorfest. For someone who races at quite a high level in Gran Turismo, this is a game when I'm zooming around, I'm still using absolutely solid driving principles. You can see here we are actually getting a little bit of slip angle in this muscle car here, and because it is a very it's not a handling car, I need to be super on it with these principles. So I need to be braking early in this thing, because I am going to be understeering like crazy through the corner, and you can see that exactly there as that slip angle really came into force. Obviously, what on earth is that? Something like this BMW, what was it, heavily sort of DTM'd up M4, something like that. Coming in, we're braking. Now we pivot, and now I'm going to be getting on the power, but not too early. You're going to see me in this video overtake a lot of cars on the exit, and especially in something like the Grand Race, as our friend here again is making friends with the jungle in the Grand Race, because it's really open road stuff a lot of the time. You can look at the map before you actually join the race, and if you can have long stretch open road, it's going to be all about those exits. Think about in Formula 1 where you have a hairpin that goes onto an exit. It's all about the exit. You can see here I'm sacrificing a little bit of speed on the way in so we can get a really nice run on the way out, and we're going to absolutely get the overtake here for 5th place. The guy there not using the techniques I'm telling you about here for free. God damn it, I'm giving you the free techniques to go really fast in the Type R. We've come in a little bit narrow here, to be fair, but both of these lads ahead, who are battling for 3rd, I think, are going to go way too deep, and they're actually going to go crashing into that barrier. That's means that we're going to get a nice exit, because as I said, the Crew penalises you for hitting track objects and the side of the road. Very different to Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon literally rewards you for destroying most of the environment in a confusing message on sustainability, but there we go. And here we go, nice overtake on the Lamborghini. By the way, let me in the comments if you have any driving tips that you're liking in the Crew Motorfest, or anything you want to see me cover in the Crew Motorfest, and make sure you're subscribed, obviously. You don't want to miss out on these videos, do you? Look at these corners here. I'm absolutely loving this game at the moment. And it is, in my opinion, even better on a wheel. But everything you're seeing here in this footage is actually me on a control pad. Now, we've got a very tricky corner coming up here. Again, I'm early on the brakes. You can see the active error there. Going back to the BMW, and we got the Ferrari, is it FXX? Decides to go off-road. quite a bit off-road. I'm just using the camber on the inside of the road there to help me get around. Unfortunately, we end up tangling with the Ferrari, but you saw that you saw he was completely out of shape. That was a little bit too much of a drift for me. Another principle about the Crew Motorfest is that you don't want to be initiating drift state too much unless you're very confident in the platform you've got. Something like the Porsche 959 Rally Raid. It's really nice to exit out of a drift. Something like this, or the Liberty Supra, like really bad to exit out of drift. You can see there, even as we got out of that hairpin, we had too much of an angle for a little bit too long. You definitely don't want to be drifting in a Formula 1 car. Formula 1 car, you want to be braking in a straight line, and you want to be powering out of the corner, carrying a lot of speed into the apex, really high minimum speed, and using the incredible aero downforce in the Formula 1 car. So do not be drifting in an F1 car. Ain't gonna work. You can see here again, I'm treating it fundamentally like this is a racetrack. I'm not going barreling into the barrier and trying to bounce off. That is genuinely not the way to drive in the Crew. I'm also driving, by the way, with absolute... I'll probably smash into that car, didn't I? I'm driving here with no assist apart from ABS. Every assist is off to give me the maximum feel of the car, as we see a very realistic jump here in our Porsche 919 Spider, which is a car I actually like driving. And here's a classic 911. In the jumps, by the way, just keep it steady in the jumps. You can really, if you're doing a big race, you can lose your whole race if you go into the jump off camber. Sacrifice the speed, really prioritize the line on a jump. You can see here there's a right-hander, double right-hander, so actually kind of just letting the car open up. Going now into this Porsche 911, the transition in the Grand Race, and you can see I'm just having a little bit of slip angle here, and we avoid the barrier on the exit. Look at this. Oh my word, are we going to get taken out? Did we make any contact there? I think, have a look back at that. I think there was contact, wasn't there? I saw some sparks. So maybe we didn't avoid him, but you can see I'm trying to aim for an apex. That was my apex there. And we're gaining a lot of speed on the cars ahead. In the Grand Race, you have this sort of bop, so the top speed is sort of equalised. So you really want to, my word, I mean, there's no tip here. This is just pure luck getting through that. I can assure you, I really wanted to win this Grand Race. This is coming in another video on the channel, by the way, because it was an insane Grand Race. But the Formula 1 car is probably the best, and there are a few Formula 1 cars from Red Bull. But it's probably the best car to use to actually learn the techniques of braking a straight line, pitch the car in a little bit. Obviously, Formula 1 cars have maintained suspension, but pitch the car in a little bit, and then bring the car to the right of the track, hit the apex, and get a nice exit, overtake the car on the exit. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.